Hey guys, and welcome to a new video by For Free Skier. Spring is right around the corner, and because of that, today we have to clean my whole bike up here. You can see it basically exists right now out of a billion parts. And actually the sun is pretty nice out there, so I would say we will leave the skis alone for now and take care of the bike, clean it up really good, and yeah, that's basically the first stop of the day. So as you can see, we are starting with all the tiny parts, and with tiny I mean actually really tiny. Check this out. We have like a small washer here and a nut, and yeah, we are deep cleaning all of this stuff. And what's also really important is I'm checking all the bearings if they are running smoothly. I'm cleaning them really deep right here, so I really try to get any dust or dirt out of the seals, away from the bearing, cleaning it all up, and then I check if they're still running smoothly. Basically what I do, I just put my finger in here and turn them around, and if they turn really easy, then they should be fine, and if they don't, you should change them. Right now I am not having any problems so far, so that's really good, but always make sure to check if your bearings are okay, because that really makes a difference on how the bike feels, and they're not that hard and expensive to replace, so you should always keep an eye on that. I'm also cleaning all my drivetrain gear, so there's still a lot of parts to go. Let's continue. When everything is dried up, let me check this. Whoop! So here we go. When some parts are already dried up, I always make sure to put the bolts back in where they belong, because then I won't lose any of those, and later on when I'm putting my whole bike back together, it's gonna be much quicker because I know which bolt goes where, and because I have a really good plan of which bolt goes where, but it's just way more convenient to already have them in the place where they belong, because as I already said, this makes things much easier when you want to put the bike back together. So yeah, this is how we do it. I'll put you on a time lapse right now, and then we will see each other when the whole bike is clean. When you want to clean the brake rotors, don't do that with your usual sponge where you clean the rest of the bike, because in the sponge there is still a little bit of grease, a little bit of dirt, and you don't want any grease or oil on your brake rotor. So what I usually do is I'll just take a wipe, put some brake cleaner on it, and then just wipe the whole brake rotor. So with that method, any contamination should be avoided. I got a lot of parts, a lot of spare parts. I basically did clean every bolt, like even those tiny bolts on the cockpit. And one more thing that is really important, and which is a good tip for you if you want to do this, always label the most important stuff. So usually I'll just take like a whole group, for example the whole headset thing. I will put that in a plastic bag, so when I put the bike back together, then it's much easier and much faster. But with some components it's not that easy. I always have to label them because even I get confused. For example, the bottom bracket, you can see here. After everything is dried up, I will put these tapes back on the part so I really know exactly where which part goes, because this is key. Also make sure that the threads are really clean. And you might ask, why are you cleaning every bolt? It's basically because most of the time when your bike makes cracking noises while pedaling or while going downhill, it's down to just some dirt in the bolts, in the threads of the bolt. So I always make sure to clean those threads really good, and then when I put the bike back together, I'll use some nice grease. But for now, I think we are finished. I'll just let everything sit outside for the water to drip off. So I'll just let that whole thing sit here for like maybe 1 more hour, and then I'll come back, get everything inside. Back inside, it's getting pretty cold because as the sun goes away, you can really feel that it's still February. Because of that, I'm going to cut some wood and put some fire in our fireplace. Yes! Oh yeah, nice and warm. My hands are actually freezing because of the water and then the cold, so this feels really good. So today we're not going to finish the whole bike up. I won't build the whole bike because, as you might already have noticed, my suspension is not here, my fork and my dampener, because I did send them to Fox for a service. And yeah, I'm waiting for those parts to come back. And after that we will install all the parts, and then we also have to do some rearrangements. I want to reroute a lot of the cables, especially the one of the dropper post, so that the whole cockpit is even cleaner and even better to use as it was for the last season. But there are some things I want to change, as I already said, especially with the dropper post. But we can't do that now because the fork is missing, so we can't install the headset. So all there's left to do for today is to get all those parts back in order, back in our huge bin, I would say, of mountain bike parts. And then we will wait till our last parts arrive so we can build the whole bike. That's basically it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this vlog style video. And of course, as I already said, there's coming way more videos up. So make sure to subscribe because we got a few things to do with the bike. We have to check all the bearings. Maybe I will show you how to regrease them. And then of course we got the whole bike build. And as it is still February, there are a lot of skiing videos coming up. So make sure to hit the subscribe button. And see you in the next one, guys. If you have any questions, comment down below. Cheers and take care.